Well, welcome to a Sunday conversation. My name's Pete Krupski. I'm the broadcaster for the National Team Development Program based in Plymouth, Michigan. And no doubt you've seen listened to a ton of podcasts, watched a lot of video during this quarantine time. We thought we'd reconnect with a couple of members of the 2002 date of birth NTDP team, Luke Tuch and Drew Commesso. And of course, I'm joined by the team leader of communications for the National Team Development Program, John Edwards. So first, Luke and Drew, thanks for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Let's just ask, I know, Luke, you're living in upstate New York in Baltimore, New York. What's the situation there? Are you under quarantine?
Yeah, we're doing our best to stay safe and healthy, but I'm in a cottage right now on the Thousand Islands, so it's on the St. Lawrence River, and not very many people have it up here, so it's just nice to get away, and it's a little more normalcy up here.
Now, Drew, I know you're outside of Boston. How is it there? Are you under quarantine?
Yeah, we're still under quarantine here. Everything's pretty much shut down. The rink I skate at is just hopefully opening up next week, and then I've just been doing workouts here at my home, and it's been a lot nicer weather in the last few weeks, so it's been good to get outside and kind of get out of the house a little bit whenever you can.
So that is a good thing. What I found being quarantined for 2 months, the physical part can be tough, but the mental part is where you really have to work and keep your spirits up. Would you say that? Have you found that to be true, Drew?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of things too you can do just to stay in touch with your friends, even though if you can't see them a lot of the time. Like Luke and I have been doing some workouts online together, or little things like maybe watching movies with the family and stuff. And yeah, it gets pretty tedious, pretty early just because you're with your family for, like you said, 2 months. And but yeah, finding things to do and kind of just getting your mind off the whole situation is really important.
I want to go back to March, and you guys were on the road going to Omaha, and that had to be maybe a devastating feeling to have your season ended the way it was. Can either of you take us through that a little bit?
Yeah, we're going to Omaha, and we had no intentions of ending the season. We thought we were going to play, and we were going to have a good road trip, and then we got there, and Coach told us the news, and we were devastated, and we really didn't see it coming. We were kind of blindsided with it, so we kind of took a look back on the season, and we didn't really know what to think of it at first. And then Coach just said, go skate with your friends, for the last time, and your brothers. So, that took us really by surprise. And on the way back home, it hit me really hard. Those long bus rides with your buddies ended so soon, and that was such a great memory. So those are memories that I'll definitely cherish forever.
And Drew, how about you?
Yeah, like Luke said, we got off the bus and really had no intention to end the season. And, we started unpacking, and you can kind of just tell by Coach's tone as soon as he came in that, he never comes in like that. He's always a happy and energetic guy and a positive guy. And, we're all obviously all following the news that night, like the night before. I think the NBA canceled and things like that started to cancel. So we definitely knew that it was possibility in the forecast. And but yeah, like Luke said, for it to happen and to kind of be there with all your guys while it happened, it was definitely really sad. But again, we've gone through everything together, and just something like that was no different.
A quick little follow-up here, Drew. You found out at the same time both the U18s was going to get canceled, as well as the USHL season, at first being on pause at that point, but you knew right away that both of them were just straight. There was no hockey for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, so we unpacked our bags, and Coach told us that the U18 World Tournament got canceled. I think it was a little before they officially released it, but we obviously got news a little before, and then I believe we got on the ice just to kind of just have fun, like Luke said, and just skate for the last time with all the guys. And then as of then, I think maybe the USHL was postponed or something like that. I know they postponed the season for a week or two, and then once we were back home, I think they officially canceled the season.
So let's reset this. We're speaking with the National Team Development Program alumni now, Luke Tuch and Drew Commesso. This is a little Sunday conversation. I'm Pete Krupski, the broadcaster for the National Team Development Program, along with John Edwards, the team leader of communications for the NTDP. This little segment, by the way, is brought to you by our good friends at CJ's Brewing Company, the restaurant at USA Hockey Arena. The restaurant CJ's is open now for curbside service, and there are daily specials. And we're going with a Sunday pizza special today, $6 pizzas. And really, you look around town, and Drew and Luke, I know you've been around town, really can't beat those $6 pizzas, can you?
No, definitely not, especially, I mean, after games, I think I would always go for the pizza. So, I mean, I'm from New York, so the pizza's pretty good here, and CJ's did a good job with the pizza, I'd say.
That's giving it a lot of credit there, Luke. They're different style there. What do you go with the thin crust when you're there? Or do you got to go with the Detroit style, a little thicker?
All right, so, I mean, when I'm in New York, obviously, I go with the thin crust because that's a classic here, and I mean, I go to Detroit, and no, you don't go thin. You got to go a little thicker. They do a good job with, chicken bacon ranch pizza, so I like that.
Drew,
What's going on with pizza in Boston there, Drew?
That's what I was going to say. They don't really have their own style. Where are they going with it?
Yeah, we're kind of all over the place. I guess we're not really known for our pizza. I guess it kind of depends where you go. Some places like have Chicago deep dish, and other places have thin crust. So it honestly just depends where you go and kind of what you like.
Well, let me ask Drew a question here. I thought your team really improved from the start of last season till it ended. And one thing I saw about you last year, your body language, you were always technically sound, but I thought you really, I don't know if you worked on this or not, but I thought your body language was really quiet and you were really efficient in that. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I think that's a big thing I worked on in the spring and definitely in the summer too, in the beginning of the season, with the help of Coach Ryder and then my goalie coach back home. We worked on that a lot this summer, just being as calm and as simple as possible. And for me, when I'm playing my best, I'm playing simple and I'm not overcomplicating things, and I'm just trying to make it look as easy as possible.
Well, John, you want to set up that little highlight we have of Drew Commesso stopping a 2-on-0 breakaway?
Well, we can do that. Let's get a little screen share action going in.
Okay.
That should never happen.
We'll blow it up. Drew, I got it queued up here. We'll give it to you and then give you a little run back with it. And afterward, we'll come back to you. Let us know what you were thinking going into it.
Yeah.
Just in time in the face-off circle by Zach Jones. Now Gallatin, look out. Here's a clear-cut breakaway. Molinar coming in. Took the shot. Great stop by Commesso.
I'll run that back one more time.
By Zach Jones. Now Gallatin, look out. Here's a clear-cut breakaway. Molinar coming in. Took the shot. Great stop by Commesso.
So take me through that. What were you thinking, and were you just trying to react to what you saw?
Yeah. I feel like the U17 year, you have a little bit more of those plays where, there's sometimes some 2-on-0s and some 3-on-0s, and luckily we didn't have as many this year. But I remember that play, just looking up, and there's 3 guys coming in with no one on defense, and I was just trying to react as quick as I could, just because in a play like that, they're going to pass it probably a couple times and try to get you out of position. And I was fortunate enough to get a good push on that second pass and get across the crease and make the save.
Perfect. Now, Luke, we have a highlight for you as well. You were, I won't say fortunate because you score a lot of goals, but you're able to score against the team you're going to be playing for next year, Boston University. Take us through that.
Oh, there we go.
Face-off won by DeBoer. Ferentz at the left point. Tied up on the plate by Slaggert. Tuch with Slaggert over the line. Tuch got the shot. Scores! And USA leads 1-0 on the goal by Tuch. Tucker remains in goal for Boston University. See if he goes all the way. Terriers consider this to be an exhibition game. Face-off won by DeBoer. Ferentz at the left point. Tied up on the plate by Slaggert. Tuch with Slaggert over the line. Tuch got the shot. Scores! And USA leads 1-0.
So, Luke, what were you thinking there?
I don't know. So I think, obviously Slags made a really nice play at the point, and then, it was a 2-on-1. I was like, first I was thinking about passing the slags, and then the defenseman gave me some space there. So I was thinking shot pretty much the whole time. And so I don't know. I just shot it, and I kind of closed my eyes and went in. So
There you go.
Luke, when I was thinking about which one to pull up for you, one of my favorite goals this year was a deflection off a Connor Kelly shot in front. It was absolutely beautiful, and I think that's more geared towards people what they expect from it. You know, a power forward, you're playing in front of the net, you're screening, and you get those deflections. But this, I thought, showcased a little different side, a little playmaking ability, and just rifled that shot top shelf. Let you showcase a little bit of the difference of all your skills.
Yeah, I say so. Thanks for that, John. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what I like to be, is the front of the net, and I think I have a heavy shot, and I think I'm really good in front of the net, and that's where I like to be, obviously. And Krupp calls it my office, so yeah, I think I can score goals in different ways, and I think that's what makes the power forward.
Well, you gave me that line about the office early in the year. You said that was where you want to be the most comfortable, and I think that's one area you really improved with this year. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah,
Being comfortable in the office.
Yeah, I think last year, figuring out my identity as a player, and this summer, going into the summer, having a big summer, working out with my brother. I mean, he's a similar player too, so he helped me out a lot with that. And I mean, whether it's after practice tipping pucks or edge work down low in the corner, just doing the simple stuff that makes you better as a player.
This is
one thing I wanted to touch on here, Krupp, is just the familiarity of you guys with each other. You know, there's not a tremendous amount of places if you're playing youth hockey, you know, and you guys are both coming from the Northeast, not necessarily the same area. But did you guys know each other at all going into the NTDP? I know, Drew, you played with Matty Beniers and Brett Berard in Cape Cod. Luke, you weren't necessarily with any of the guys, but were you familiar with some of them going off as you end the program and you're both going to go to BU next season?
Yeah, I mean, I knew Tucky for a while. Our club teams, I think, since we were maybe 9 or 10, and play against each other. And I remember we had a camp up at UNH, and it was kind of a week-long camp, and my team was paired with his the first couple days, and his team honestly just dominated us, and I just remember getting sniped by him a little bit, but it doesn't happen too often anymore. So, but yeah, I've known him for a while. He's always been one of the toughest guys to stop.
So now you're going to Boston University. Just a general question: what attracted you to play for the Terriers? Looking at their record, they were a 500 team last year. And for you, Drew, one of their veteran goaltenders is leaving, so it looks like there's a spot open for you.
Yeah, it's a good situation, and like I've been a BU fan since I was a little kid, and you can find pictures of me when I was 9 and 10 wearing BU hats and going to the games and stuff. So when the opportunity presented itself and there was an option, it was a no-brainer for me, and I'm definitely super excited to get there with the coaching staff and the class that we have. I just can't wait.
And how about you, Luke?
Yeah, I'm really excited, obviously, for next year. I think we have a really good freshman class going into it, and I think our team's going to be a little bit older, and we're going to be good. So, I mean, the recruiting process was great for me, obviously. They did a great job, and I visited, and I loved it. So, no doubts, obviously, for me going in next year, and I'm very excited.
And we didn't throw him in here, but Dylan Peterson joining you guys there. Does that have any effect on how you guys associate with each other this year when you're in Michigan? You're knowing, hey, we're all going to be together next year. Does that bring you any bit closer?
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan. I mean, he played on our team last year, obviously, and he's a great teammate. So, I mean, knowing people going in, I mean, I know some people have been playing there for a couple of years now, and they were in my organization before. So I think the familiarity and that close bond already is going to really form our team well.
Well, guys, you're going through the NHL draft. We know it's going to happen sometime. We don't know exactly when, but I know all year long you've gone through the interview process with the NHL teams. In a normal situation, you meet them during the week. Are you still meeting with NHL teams now? Are they Zooming you, or how's that working now?
Yeah, I think a lot of teams now are kind of replacing their combine style interviews. I guess a lot of them are doing Zoom now with a lot of, their scouts and GMs and things like that. So, yeah, it's definitely keeping us busy. I know Luke's been busy too during the break, doing all the interviews and stuff, but it's good to break up the day and give us something to do as well.
How's it been going for you, Luke?
It's been really good.
Yeah.
The team's been great. So, I mean, you get a couple Zoom calls a week, so it keeps you busy. It keeps you on your toes. Obviously, they ask some good questions, and some can be tougher than others, but they're really just getting to know you and forming a relationship with you. So the scouts are obviously on it, and there's a couple guys on the call, so it's been good.
Well, guys, we don't want to go too long with this, but I was just wondering if you had any final thoughts about leaving the NTDP, the effect that it had for you, how it improved you not only on the ice but off the ice, in the classroom, and just a general idea of the impact the NTDP had for you over 2 years. Luke, you could take it.
Yeah, I'd say thanks, Krupp, and thanks, John, obviously. Everybody loves you back home, Krupp, so. Yeah, it's been unbelievable, obviously. You can't really put it into words what everyone does for you around the rink, and the respect that I have for the people that have been there for years, and they form great hockey players, but even better people in the classroom, whether it's Mrs. Vollmer's in study hall or Brock and Brew down more by the ice level, whether it's sharpening your skates, just the people that you think every day. I definitely didn't take it for granted, and I love my time there for sure.
You must have had fun with Brent Darnell, the coach, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about Darney.
Darney, he came in our second year, but he was there our first year. He was a volunteer, I think, on the ice, and he took over for our intern assistant. So Darney's kind of like one of the guys, I'd say, in the locker room, and he's fun. And so once in a while, he'll hop on Xbox with us, so it's funny. But yeah, he was great. He's relatable. He's younger, so he was always somebody we could go to if we need anything, because I'd say he's younger and he went through the whole thing, obviously. But he's a great coach and a great person too.
Well, Drew, I saw tremendous improvement with you. Just take me through your 2 years with the NTDP.
Yeah, I think all of us kind of moving out of our U17 year, we're kind of strangers, and a lot of guys might know a couple of teammates, but for the most part, we've all played against each other, and I think just the bonds and stuff that we created throughout the 2 years, and it helped me become a better goalie too, just knowing that I have my best friends and my brothers for life on my team, practicing with them every day. And as a team, we went through so much stuff on the ice, off the ice, and so many hard workouts, long days, long bus rides, and but I wouldn't trade it for the world. And those guys will be my brothers for life, and I can't be more thankful for all the guys on the team and everyone behind the scenes, like Luke said, like Brocco and Brew, and like yourself, Krupp, and really everyone in the program that makes that flow so smoothly. And it was definitely the best years of my life.
John, what do you got there? Any final questions?
Yeah, I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit before we get out of here. I see the lettuce is flowing on both you guys.
Yeah.
How quick until we're allowed to does it take you to get to a barbershop, or you gonna let it go?
I'm gonna let it go. I kind of like to grow it out in the summer. It gets a little crazy. I have it down a little bit, but yeah, I like the summer hair, the summer flow. So I think I'm gonna keep it for a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I'll probably keep mine. I let my dad cut my hair a little bit, but I don't trust him too much with the top, so I'm only letting him touch the side. So I don't know. Like Luke said, it's fun to have longer hair in the summer, and but who knows?
Well, this is the longest my hair's been in a long time. So. John, what about you? You've got the carrot top going.
It's way too long. I'm desperate. I was due for one like right as they closed everything down, and 2 months since then. So it's getting a little desperate up there, but we'll be all right.
Hey John, as we go to end this, why don't you tell the folks a little bit about what we're doing on social media with all of our channels?
So we got just a little kind of cross promotion. We got everything going on at once with CJ's, with USA Hockey Arena, with the NTDP. So just running a few different promos on there. Our summer drive-ins kicking up. Hopefully we get to go ahead with that very shortly, and that's seeing some great interaction. There's some fun little contests and stuff on Facebook. You can win some CJ's gift cards. You can win some tickets to the drive-in when we do open. CJ's has all their specials going, curbside delivery. Guys, I don't know if you saw Seth Appert and Jeff Blashill were our celebrity guests the other day. So it's been a lot of fun at the rink. And we're just trying to make do with these tough times, and hopefully we see an end to them soon.
Well, guys, I want to thank you for your time, and we'll be pulling for you, and we'll be watching you in the future. It's been a real pleasure working with you over the last 2 years.
Thanks, Crap. Appreciate it.
See you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for having us.
Our guests have been Luke Tuch and Drew Commesso of the 2002 Date of Birth group of the National Team Development Program. They are moving on, and we're going to miss that whole group. But we have a 2003 group that's going to be U18s next year. We look forward to working with them. And a brand new 2004 Date of Birth group starting as U17s. And so a lot of good things are happening at USA Hockey Arena, including this very first Zoom interview. I think John and I will be doing more of this, and I'm not sure exactly how many you want to do or what our time frame is, but John, thanks for doing this, and we'll keep working at it.
Appreciate it, guys. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
This has been brought to you one more time by CJ Brewing Company, the restaurant located at USA Hockey Arena. Give them a call at 734-453-4455. Check out their daily specials for curbside service. You'll be glad you did.